So, Brian, GBV, I think an actor, alichoma. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you a lot for subscribing to our channel and watching our last video. My name is Fidel and I'm with Brian. So Brian, GBV, gender-based violence.
GBV.
GBV, sindio?
Yeah, gender-based violence.
Yeah, gender-based violence.
Kuna kwa ngine inaitwa intimate partner violence, IPV. Okay. You don't know.
Enlighten me.
Sasa ndo ushajua. Intimate partner violence. Bibi yako ule mtu unalala na yeye. So what about GBV, bro?
Also, by the GBV has been on the rise lately. And the most recent ilikuwa ya, I think, an actor alichoma hazi na majimoto akilala. Imekuwa ikisirculate kwa mtandao hapa na pale. Sijui kama umeona
history, sijui ni Bungoma ama Busia.
Yeah, either way.
Huyu mwana mwenye kohosi saa hii.
Yeah, kuna burnt scratches. So what's your take on that?
First of all, issue of gender-based violence imekuwa on the rise sana.
Sana.
I think there's also another case where a lady pale Mumias, I think, alikuwa on suspicion of infidelity from her husband. Wanawake alimuita kwa bedroom, then alikuwa amesharpen kisu na panga, then akamkatakata all over the body, and left her for dead until the lady was rescued by neighbors. Wakapeleka hospitali ya America, but lose some of the vital organs kwa mwili yake. So it's a very sad story. So for me, I think it should not reach that point, mother, in marriage, where how much should you hate your husband or wife to reason that you wish them death or even such permanent and painful injuries. You should not reach to that case. But anyway, they happen. But now, we have men. In most cases, I think the society does not comment a lot about cases where men are victims.
True.
For example, in that story, this lady mwenye alichoma the husband Bungoma. I've not heard anything about ye kushikwa or anything.
Inakuanga sijui feminist. Feminist. Kuna ka group unachikingwa naendaka tao wana protest. Kuhusu hizo nini. Sijaona any talk.
Yeah, and now you find that for the man now, the moment you do that to your wife, it becomes like there is a lot of talk, there's a lot of activism. I think the society should treat these cases in equal measure. Because gender-based violence is gender-based violence. The laws on gender-based violence does not protect a certain gender.
I say lady-based violence.
Yeah, it does not protect a certain gender. It protects the society. It's not every person can be a victim, and especially men. These issues have been like society inatend to overlook when it relates to them. They start asking, ukipata tu mwanamke amefanyia mtu hivyo, kuna reason. So wanasema huyu mwanaume inafaa kuwe tu mwanaume. Like ukipigwa na mwanamke you are a weak man. But when it happens on the flip side, wakiflip the sides, then inakuwa, why did the man do this?
So nakumbuka sometime back kulikuwa na hiyo story ya nani? Ya speaker Wetangula.
Wetangula
and the wife.
Yeah.
To me, Wetangula did the right thing.
Going to a police station
and reporting the case.
And
he did the right
and
thing.
Even we have a viral video right now yenye a lady is assaulting a mwanaume kwa record. And so then one thing I heard kwa hiyo video mwanaume akisema nitapeleka hii video naenda nayo kwa police station,
which is it's supposed to be that way.
That is the right thing that men should do. It's not a sign of weakness, it's just a sign of accept that we can also be victims, and the law to protect kama victims, where in case, because an assault is an assault, ukipigwa umepigwa, and the law has provisions ya kusaidia watu wenye wame encounter any kind of violence. And gender-based violence does not end at being assaulted physically, at kupigwa makofi ama. It starts physical, emotional, psychological, even financial. Si ndio? Even financial. Mtu anakunyima do
mwana 20 bob
20 bob breakfast sasa. That is gender-based violence.
Financial. Okay, that's quite joy. So nikienda kwa nje ni kule kanyama choma alafu nilete home skuma.
Hiyo ni gender-based violence. Hiyo ni gender-based violence, bro. Koti ikiprove you are depriving your family financially. That is gender-based violence. Alafu pia kuna hiyo on the other side. Umekaliwa that to the fact that wewe ukihustle tu do yote unaletea bibi. Hiyo ni bado ni gender-based violence. Sababu huyo bibi amekukalia to the way that for financially you are straining so that yeye a benefit. That's also gender-based violence. And men should understand this. And the law says that you can go to a police station anytime when you feel that it's a physical, emotional, psychological, and financial abuse. Yes, you can be a victim.
Financial bad. I think men Danny, if people can go to that extent, but it should be like that. Even when I say
it should be like that, because that is the assumption that people make, ati lazima nipigwe, lazima nichomwe ndo nikiwa ati niko victim wa gender.
Haifai fikia hapo.
Alafu unajua hizi zinakuanga indicators. Unaona hii kwanza tu mtu anakunyima tu do bwanako, anakutusi tu.
Tusi tu all of a sudden.
Huyo akipata chance ya kukuchoma atakuchoma.
Ni the opportunity ndo ajapata kumwagia maji moto.
Yes, so you should report them as early as possible. Just kisirani, matusi, hurling very very harsh insults, or even those insults leading to threats, hata kama hazija materialize. Hata mtu akikuthreaten ndio umemnyima do fulani, don't assume that they are just threats. One day they will escalate and will be the next person mwenye una ngozi kwa nini. It will be a serious case. So anytime these things unajua zinaanza pole pole. The cycles of domestic violence inaanza pole pole. Unajua inakuanga
kwanza kuanza all of a sudden maji moto. Wow.
Alafu unajua every case I read something interesting that kuna kuanga na always na honeymoon phase kwa ndoa. Always ile kitu yenye ilifanya mkakuwa pamoja. So hiyo ndio most of watu when wana abuse watu wanatumia the honeymoon phase. So like anasema, you remember how we met, love on first sight, nilikupeleka kwa hoteli fulani nini, then kuna kuwa na tension building. Sasa inaanza hii ya matusi hii. Tension inaanza kubuild nini, then later the violence itself sasa ina materialize into physical injuries and serious bodily harm. Then your bodily harm ikisha happen, tena unapata honeymoon phase na anasema pole, siku intend kukuumiza, tunaweza enda tu kuishi pamoja, unakumbuka venye nililipa mahari kwenu, unakumbuka venye nimesacrifice wakati mzee wangu ulipoteza kazi, so turudi tu tukae. Tena unapata sometimes hizo cycles zina happen, mtu anagongwa leo, anapona, anagongwa kesho. So inakuanga like hiyo cycle. Na to break inahitaji a lot of courage. And both from men and from women. First of all, acknowledge that you are being abused.
Accept it.
Accept that you are being abused. Then
don't assume it.
Have courage to take action. Have courage to take action.
You see, my immediate action I can simply advise. Once umeona tu ati ndio hiyo matusi. Anzaka, that's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
Anzaka tu kupack tu pole pole tu.
Yeah.
Anzaka kupack. Usiache ati uanze ati ndio hiyo coffee ati no. Isifikie hapo. Kabisa.
And according to the constitution, every man or woman has been protected against any acts of violence. That's why the penal code is very clear. It may criminalize acts of violence towards any man or woman. Na kuna sheria kadhaa zenye nataka tuongelee hapa. Acts that cause grievous harm, such as pouring hot water with intent, are serious offenses and ziko penalized under section 234 of the penal code. So by now huyo mwanamke inafaa kuwa ameshikwa. I'm not very sure kama ameshikwa ama hajashikwa. Unajua sana nasema sasa tutashikaje mwanamke juu amepiga mwanaume? Inakaa kuaibisha, inakaa wacha tu wakae hivyo. But section 234 hiyo physical harm, grievous harm, it is penalized. This is what Kenya should know. Then kuna Protection Against Domestic Violence Act ya 2015. Clearly the parliament create an act of parliament in 2015, whether domestic violence, whether physical, emotional, economic or any other form is prohibited within family or domestic setups. And survivors of domestic violence, the law is there. Yenye ina provide for compensation ama criminal case yenye the perpetrator mwenye amekufanyia hivyo. So we have orders that can be issued by the magistrates to protect victim. For example, umesha benda kuripoti wife yangu anani-harass, anataka kunipiga. So the court inaweza issue order iseme wife akuwe you are protected from your violent wife. Now in a way that you are she's the law prohibits her from accessing your personal space. So that you are right to your protection from violence as an inherent right of constitution iko assured. Then kuna criminal charges vile nilisema. Hizo criminal charges zenye mtu yote mwenye ameperpetuate hiyo criminal, hiyo domestic violence, either in physical, emotional ama financial, iko. Compensation is there in terms of money. Mtu unaweza ukisiu mtu the compensation happen where you are restored, either you are restored to your state the way kama umechoka ndio huwezi rudi hapo, but some money to make you feel better. Alafu it is important to know that kuna support services in Kenya by the way for GBV. Kenya kwa police station sasa kuna GBV desks
entirely dedicated for GBV.
Yeah, GBV cases most police stations iko nazo. And they don't choose whether you are a man or woman.
Just go.
They'll have the courage to just walk there in any police station. Go to the chief. If you are being abused, you are being abused. There is no weakness, there is no strength in this. And then report immediately kwa polisi in case any of these forms of violence. Usingoje uchomwe, usingoje ukatekane na kisu, usingoje anza tu zile vitu ndogo ndogo.
Ngoja hapo kunyimwa do.
Ukishanyimwa do siku ya kwanza ya pili anaenda kuripoti. Kama unaenda mjengo unachukua hata lunch lazima uombe ruhusa kwa bibi ndio ukule lunch na uko mjengo.
Ndio mjengo.
Pitia police station. Ukitoka tu mjengo hivi chukua OB number. You are a victim of GBV. So if it happens to you, it matters. Raise your voice. Let it be known. Kuna GBV support group mingi sana Kenya. NGOs ziko. Because the GBV laws protects you and everybody. Reporting is not a sign of weakness. It is courage to justice.
Okay, so tukimalizia. Mtu aki-experience GBV. What's as in sasa the suspect? What's the maximum imprisonment anaweza pata? Akipatikana guilty.
Okay, it depends on the seriousness of the offense. Najua nimekwambia inaanza from emotional to escalate into grievous harm. Sometimes grievous harm can lead up to life imprisonment. It depends on the somebody can assault you to the level that uko incapacitated hata huwezi tembea. That will lead to close to attempted murder. So it depends on the seriousness of the offense, because najua emotional abuse huwezi fungwa the same na mtu mwenye amemwagia maji. But the law, the penal code provides for all those offenses. The punishment is in the constitution, and if you report you will get legal reprieve. Now you will live a life of dignity, free of fear and intimidation. Thank you for watching this episode. Let's meet on the next one. Subscribe.